Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 75, FA's Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Will.
Super pumped to have you back again for another week. We are entering bowl season. Had our first two games of bowl season yesterday, the Celebration Bowl and the LA Bowl hosted by Gronk last night, as well as the America's game, Army versus Navy. So we're rolling into bowl season. Next games come up on Tuesday, so we'll get into all that. Uh, talk about the games a little bit. We won't give our picks because we are doing the ball pick 'em. So we'll keep those on the side. But we'll go into those and anything else we can think of. So got plenty to cover. So let's roll into it. So
I was gonna
how
say
you do? Go
I'll
ahead.
tell you who I pick. Just stay away from that the way I did this season on my
Yeah,
pick'ems. Just do opposite of me, and then you're golden.
exactly.
I'll be happy to give you my picks. I don't
Yeah.
care.
That's great. Well, let's roll into this. We got our hugs and hikes. So, Lucas, you got a hug?
Yeah, I'm gonna give my hug to Arsenal Football Club again. They've been a solid hug for me for a while. They played a game on Saturday afternoon against Wolves, who are the very bottom of the table. They have literally 2 points all season. Arsenal's been decimated with injuries. They finally score breakthrough in the 70th minute. Wolves equalize in the 90th minute, and hopefully, as a championship side does, or a champion side does, they ended up finding the winner in the 94th minute. Um, the best player on the team for Arsenal this weekend was Owen Goal. Um, they scored two own goals. Wolves did. So it ended up working out for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Very, I would say, pretty lucky. Not a great performance at all, but again, just like in college football, you got to find a way to win, and that's what Arsenal did. Like Texas against Kentucky, like A&M versus South Carolina, wins are what matters. So, um, yeah, good to get a win against a bad team, but we have a week off now to kind of get rested up, ready to go for Everton on Saturday. So the games are about to come thick and fast in the Christmas period. I think they play 3 games a week for the next 4 weeks. So there's like
Damn.
12 games in the next month. It's wild. So Will, this is the perfect time to jump in.
Get all
The
the
soccer
coverage you
man,
can get.
dude. Instead of watching the New Mexico Bowl, you can watch Arsenal play, dude.
Uh, I probably just won't watch either one of
Fair, fair,
them.
fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But yeah,
didn't know they had a lot of injuries, though, because, like, the guys I was hearing their names, I was like, I don't even know who that is.
dude,
So,
it was so bad that in the midweek they played a game on Wednesday. They had one of their midfielders start at center back. Uh,
golly.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. The injuries that they're going through, and then Ben White pulled up with a hamstring injury in this game too, so another defender's out.
Jeez,
Um,
dude.
but if they can hold strong throughout this Christmas break and still have the lead, they're going to be tough to beat down the stretch because Arsenal's played most of their tough games already too. Um, they've already played Manchester United away, Liverpool away, um, City away. So I think no Chelsea away. They still have to play City away, but yeah, most of their games, hard, difficult games, are out of the way. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Well, you'll see, and I'll see a little bit. Will probably won't see, but
I'll see every game,
I cannot wait to hear about it, guys. Cannot wait to hear about it.
dude. At some point, you're gonna get on the train, dude.
yeah,
Hey, I'm on. I'm on. I'm just riding along with y'all. Just riding
exactly.
right along.
This is how Brian was, and then now he's starting to like. I'll get a text like when I'm at work when I can't watch the game, I have to go watch the
Yeah.
replay, and he's like, "What a freaking goal!" I'm like, "Hell yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
slowly I'm slowly getting over there. So,
for sure."
what about you, Will? You got a hug?
I do. My hug is gonna go to Texas A&M women's volleyball. Upset number one Nebraska today. Nebraska was 33-0 on the season, had not lost at home since 2022. A&M beats them in five. They made it interesting. They were up 2 sets to zero. came back, lost the next two, and then they win the last one in five. First time ever making it to the final four teams. So pretty awesome stuff. Had a heck of a win Friday night too. They beat Louisville in a reverse sweep. We were down 2 sets to none and won the last three in a row to even get to the final of the regional final to play Nebraska. But huge win. A&M volleyball was not very good a few years ago, but big turnaround. That's a massive, massive win. Nebraska is the king of the volleyball sport. So to beat them at their on their home court, pretty awesome stuff. A&M, the only team still that is live to win a volleyball title and a football title. So go Aggies.
There you go. Yeah, I saw Wisconsin just beat Texas too, so they'll play Wisconsin in the semifinals.
Really,
So
Texas lost. I did
No,
not see that.
yeah.
I think they're playing Pitt. I have the bracket open.
Oh, is it Pitt? Oh, okay.
Kentucky's playing Wisconsin on the other side.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, if only Pitt could have won the ACC and gotten into the playoff, they could have been live.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say they could have been there too. Probably a little lower odds, but crazy
That's all
stuff
right.
happens. Well, I'm gonna give my hug to 44-year-old Philip Rivers, who decided to come out of retirement. The Colts absolutely decimated by injuries at the quarterback position. Had to make some calls, and I don't know where on the list Philip Rivers was, but especially considering there's probably not a lot of options, but calling Philip Rivers decides to come out of retirement. He's a semifinalist on the Hall of Fame ballot to potentially be on the Hall of Fame this year, and now that gets pushed back, another 5 years whenever he decides to retire again. So almost got the win today through a touchdown. Uh, but also threw the interception that sealed the game at the end. So tough break, but I did laugh at his press conference where one of the guys said, "How much you weighing right now?" And he was like, "I really have no idea." So, but good for him coming back. The biggest thing that I saw is that, which I'm sure everybody knows, but he's got a football team of children. And so the other thing that happens is that after 5 years, you lose your health insurance from the NFL, and so now that he's come back and play, his clock restarts to get health benefits from the NFL. So he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So he comes back, plays some games, and then also gets his health benefits. So
I
isn't he
just,
also a grandfather?
he is a grandfather.
oh my God, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Dude.
Yes, dude.
I
Philip
mean,
Rivers. Yeah,
yeah, that's fair. I guess if he had his first kid,
44.
like, yeah, at 20.
I
Had
say
to.
yeah.
God, he's got what, 11 kids, 12 kids?
11. He's got 11 kids. Yeah,
I
he's got
mean,
a
yeah.
full football. He's got a full offense, dude. I'm telling you.
But but the health insurance thing, I figured if you were retired from the NFL, you'd get life insurance for life.
Well, and
I
maybe it's just like full coverage.
yeah,
I think it drops after 5 years.
yeah,
But yeah, but he gets to reset after that. So we'll see if he can boost his stats a little bit the rest of the way. See, I mean, I'm anticipating the Colts are probably going to have a tough stretch making it to the playoffs at this point after having one of the better seasons this year. So just a bad draw for them for sure. But when you lose every single quarterback on your roster, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that.
yeah,
But we'll see what happens. Like I said, they almost beat the Seahawks, who are the 5 seed currently in the NFC. So crazy stuff happens. But what about a hike, Lucas? You got a hike?
yeah. I was gonna take the low hanging fruit, but I'll let you guys chime in on that. Kind of, it just made me think of another hike whenever you said Philip Rivers is the quarterback of the Colts. I'm gonna tell Cam Newton to take a hike. Who was went to social media and was upset that he didn't get a call from the Colts to be the quarterback of the Colts. Um, I understand his frustration, at least getting a call, especially when you're in a situation. Um, but man, maybe the Colts didn't have your phone number, man. Like there could be a lot of situations, or they just
Or
didn't want you.
Or maybe they watched you play the last 2 years of your career when you were absolutely abysmal at
and
quarterback.
that too. That probably plays a part into it as well. Uh, but man, like, why are you so upset about it? Like, I just don't understand. If you want to play that bad, get in the film room, get in the weight room. But I don't think you want to play that bad. So, um,
It was all for clicks.
has to
Yeah.
be. But just for that frustration that he had, he can go take a hike.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, this was desperation mode for the Colts, and Philip Rivers already knows the system. Like, you can't go find a quarterback and teach them their entire offensive system in a week.
Yeah,
Like, Philip knows Steichen's system, so that's the only reason they made the call. But
Yeah. They said on top of that that the high school team that he was coaching that they were running a similar offense. So he's pretty much been running the Colts offense in a simpler method at the high school level. So he was ready to go, dude.
yeah.
yeah,
Should have gave Drew Brees a call.
Yeah.
Why did they call Drew?
I wonder if they called
because
Brady.
probably because
N-
Drew's right arm is about to fall off.
of
Yeah.
course.
Isn't that is true? Isn't it like he can't even throw anymore?
No, it's yeah.
Yes, like
Yeah,
That's
legitimately,
that's
it's really
documented.
bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough.
I wonder if Brady did get the call. That's a good point. I don't know.
Well, Brady has 300 something million dollars to,
Media.
to do very mediocre broadcasting, so he doesn't have to worry about going back to play.
Yeah,
It's
and
true.
people tried to turn that into clicks too because they interviewed Brady about it, about him coming back, and they were like, "Do you think you can still play at 48?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think I could." And so then everybody's like, "He still got that drive, like he could come back at any minute." And like, no, he's
Wait,
making
is
he's
he
48. Yeah,
48?
yeah, he played till he was 45. So
Dang, bro.
that
Yeah,
TB12 method keeps him looking young.
no shot he can go back and play at 48. No shot.
No, only what was the guy Mortensen, the kicker? He kicked until he was 48 years old. That's a little different position. So
A little bit.
George, what wasn't George Blanda old as hell too? Didn't he play till his late 40s? Or like he came in and played like one game or something when he was super old?
yeah, like he signed him to like a 1 game deal or something.
I
Yeah,
don't remember. I don't remember the deal with George Blanda. I think he's on the list of like the oldest to do it, but
48.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think there's something a little screwy about that if you look into it. No, I lied. I lied completely. He played a lot as an old man, or no, he didn't play a lot, I should say. He was on the team, but he didn't play.
and what year was that?
But that would
A
be
long time ago.
1975.
I'll say a little different football back then too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have rough in the passer like they do now.
yeah, true that.
He probably got destroyed.
Yeah. Oh, those were the good days.
Yeah.
What about you, Will? You want to take a hike or
Yeah,
no?
the hike it's a little dampened um because of the injury, but the Chiefs can legitimately take a hike. They will not make the playoffs for the first time in 10 years, I believe.
10.
Uh, but hate to dance on the grave too much because Pat Mahomes did tear his ACL, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, the Chiefs can take a hike. They will not be in the playoffs this year. And that seemed to fall pretty fast, huh, guys? I mean, I know sometimes
Yeah.
seasons go crazy, but yeah, Mahomes just got hurt today. It wasn't like he didn't like they are 6-8 with him still playing quarterback, and
Hmm.
they were just the favorite in a Super Bowl months ago. Like it's not like they were on a steady decline. Like this kind of happened. We knew it was coming, but the fall happened real fast.
Yeah,
Well,
I
and
was
last year was a weird deal too because they kind of
All the one
struggled.
score, yeah, all the
Yeah,
one
like
score game wins.
I
yeah, they
was
had a lot
just
go
gonna
their
say
way,
that.
and then they played well enough in the playoffs. Plus, the Bills they fall apart in the playoffs every single year. So, I mean, I was shocked that they made the Super Bowl last year, and whenever they played the Eagles, I had a pretty good idea that the Eagles were probably going to roll in that one, which they did. So, Yeah, but like you said, I definitely didn't expect it to just fall off a cliff like this to where it just it just not look they just don't look great. I mean,
With 3 games to play, they're already eliminated. Like I
yeah,
didn't expect that.
yeah,
The one thing about the ACL though, like the fact that they're eliminated, like this is the perfect time to tear it. Like he'll be back for
Yeah,
fall camp. Like he'll be
yeah,
back ready to go for fall camp. Like
you think
it's
so?
this.
Being in December?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He'll be ready to go August. Um. So again, tearing it now, especially now that you're eliminated, there's no meaningful games left to play anyway.
yeah.
Um.
And then related ACL, Micah Parsons also tore his ACL today. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Supermax curse lives on.
Now they have something to play for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very, very significant.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, I don't wish injuries on anybody, but I hope that this tanks the Packers season so the Cowboys get a better first round pick next year. So the Cowboys can take their first round pick and have a higher draft pick. So
Yeah. Speaking of that, the Saints just keep on winning like a bunch of idiots.
yeah, they do.
Oh, I do. I want to come back to the NFL because I got something on that, but I'll let Brian tell someone to take a hike first.
We all know where this is going.
Well, we'll connect it to what we're going to go into, but Jamil Hill can take a hike. So we're going to go into the whole Sharon Moore story and everything that went into it. But Jamil Hill decided that instead of being honest about the way things go, that she decided to turn into a race deal, and that pretty much to say if Sharon Moore was a white guy, that he would have got a slap on the wrist and would have said, "Don't do it again." When we start talking about, which most people know the story, but when we start talking about it more, it's kind of like I don't think it matters who you are. I don't think you can make the decisions that he decided that he was going to make. So she's just become clickbait the last several years. And that's what she tries to do. She tries to put those racy tweets out there to try to get people to pay attention to her. Um, I've never been a fan of her anyway because of the way she acts, but just the way that she approached the entire situation just adds to why I've never liked her. So Jamil Hill can definitely take a hike with that.
Yeah, there's no way anybody who does what he did gets away with it. Um, and you feel for like the his family, right? His wife and kids. Um, it's just a sad situation all around. Obviously, he's paying the consequences now for it, but man, it's just the more details that keep coming out, it's just like there's other parties involved, not just him, that are now collateral damage from all the bad decisions that he made. Um, Again, whenever you have little kids and a wife, and obviously the girl who was being, I don't know, preyed on, if that's what you want to say. But yeah, it's just an awful situation altogether. And I think Will called his shot a few weeks ago that Sharon Moore was going to get fired at some point from Michigan. I don't think he had this in the cards.
This was
Uh,
I I've been standing on the hill that he was he only got the job because nobody was going to take the Michigan job at that time because of all the this is not the first scandal to go on at Michigan if nobody's familiar with that school over the last 5 plus years. But anyway, I thought he got the job because of that. They were going to run, let him play it out a few years, let some of the penalties that the NCAA put against them, let the clock run on those, where now the job's a little more appealing to a more desirable coach. Then they'll give him the hook, and he'll be on his merry way with money and everything's good. He decided, no, I'm not going to go out on somebody else's scandal. I'm going to make my own, and just unbelievable. Yeah, when I got the breaking news that he was fired, the timing made no sense for them just to be like, "Oh, let's fire now."
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, what the timing. So this is the part that it's a really dirty business, guys, because this has been there's been on the rumor mill like for a few weeks that there's something's going on with this job, like something's going on with Sharon Moore. What did we have 10 days ago?
I was just gonna say Michigan could take a
Yeah.
hike for that too.
We had National Signing Day. What do you not want to do right before National Signing Day is shake up your coaching job or have another scandal come out. Now, those kids will still have a chance to get out of their letters and stuff because there is a coaching change. But this is also why they immediately named Biff the intern, so there's some sort of continuity there. Like it's not everybody leaving and stuff, but Michigan knew this was probably coming, and they're able to throw it underneath the blanket of we had to gather enough evidence or make sure everything was verified first. But that's BS is what that is. That this was very, very calculated to try to manipulate
Kids.
a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Which also leads me to another hike. Dave Portnoy can take a hike for how he's going about it and saying,
Oh,
"Oh, this is
dude.
the Michigan
It's
way."
it's the
Like,
Michigan man, dude.
come on, man. Get out of here with that. You can go take an absolute hike for that. Like, just because you're a fan of a school or you went there, you're an alum, don't give them a pass. Come on, dude. They're saying he's saying how honorable they are. They didn't let this fester. Come on, man. I guarantee you, Dave Portnoy had inside information through the Michigan boosters and everybody that this was going down.
They're all
Um,
happy he's gone. Of course, they
Yeah.
Absolutely.
didn't want it to happen in this manner. But
No.
again, guys, I posed the question weeks ago. If Sharon Moore was just a candidate on the coaching carousel in general, who's calling him? Like legitimately, what big school is calling him? Nobody.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Again, Michigan did need to add another scandal to their list because the list is getting plentiful here at this point. But uh, everybody that's big and involved in that school, not really that upset about it.
Yeah.
Well, and
And
the thing that drives me crazy just with the scandal itself is like you get into a situation like this, you have to be able to react appropriately to being caught. And so, yes, like you get caught in a scandal, you get fired, whatever. But then for him to then follow up and do what he did, which is number one, go home and threaten or tell his wife that he's going to kill himself, and then drive to the person that he's been with and threaten to kill both of them. Like it's just like there's a way to go about it whenever you do get caught. And I mean, like it is what it
allegedly.
is, allegedly. I mean, like you got stuck in this situation, and now you've chosen to make it 100% worse, on like immediately.
He
Like
put
so,
himself in the
Yeah,
situation.
he didn't get
He didn't
stuck.
get stuck.
yeah,
He
yeah, like
created this mess.
yeah,
Yeah.
You got to be able to eat it, man. If you're gonna
yeah.
put yourself in this kind of deal when it comes out, and guys, it always comes out. Like I don't know how they all think they're gonna get away with this kind of stuff. It comes out every single time.
I mean, yeah, Petrino, like you can go down the list. Like
Every single. I mean, maybe there's more, but like
Briles. Like,
this stuff is gonna come out, and
yeah.
people talk. People, the human nature is not being able to keep secrets. Like
But
people have to tell people.
but not just keeping secrets and telling people. We also live in an age where everything's recorded, screenshots happen. So like there is visible and concrete proof. Well, I guess with AI it's all a little shaky now. But
True.
for the most part, like if you can be verified as real through cell phone carriers, whatever, like there's no refuting the hard evidence that's right in front of you. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy situation, and again, the timing for Michigan's not very good because they jumped into the coaching carousel super late.
Yeah.
I guess if they were sitting on this information for so long, that was the kind of game of pros and cons they had to play, saying, hey, do we get in this coaching carousel right now, or do we save our recruiting class? Which they ended up signing a very good one. Um, but now.
for
Who
now.
knows who
Yeah.
knows what's gonna happen now? They might bounce out, and I mean, you have Bryce Underwood and all kind of other players that might be. I'm out of this circus show as well. Um, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see who hops out of there. I guarantee you, Lane Kiffin is probably talking to Bryce Underwood's representatives, at least making an offer. Are they going to pay
100%.
him? Are they going to pay him 3 million a year? Absolutely not. But if he has another year with 9 touchdowns and 6 picks, he's not going to be getting that big signing bonus as a first round quarterback. Um,
No.
so it might be a future move for him where he just gets paid a little less now to boost up his draft stock for once the time comes for him to get drafted into the NFL.
Well, and that's kind of what I was thinking too. If you're trying to get your big payday now and then expecting a bigger one later, but then you don't develop, which Michigan for the past several years and actually for a while has not been known to develop quarterbacks. I
at
mean,
all.
you can say JJ McCarthy goes a first round pick, but was he really a great quarterback? I mean, I know the
He
three of
can't
us would
throw.
argue no, exactly. So, and then obviously we saw what happened the year after, and now we have Underwood this year. You can tell that just throughout the year he did not develop in any way. So why not go to a school like LSU that where not only are you going to develop yourself, but you're also going to have way better receivers and not just big tight ends that you have to throw to like you do at Michigan. So
Well, not
Uh,
just that though. Like Lane Kiffin's number one thing to sell on is, I mean, look at Jackson Dart. Like he made Jackson Dart become a first round draft pick. He brought Trinidad Chambliss, who is a D2
Division
quarterback, and
two,
they're now
yeah,
in the playoffs. Like that right there, he could just sell them on that right away.
yeah,
Um, Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it's definitely and I don't even know if Lane Kiffin wants him in his style of offense. I don't know, but I think the opportunity should be there, and I'm sure Lane Kiffin or whoever is going to, and not just Lane Kiffin. This is across the country because Alabama also doesn't have a quarterback next year, so like there are going to be people calling his representatives to see if he wants to hop into the portal for sure.
should be fun next few months.
Yeah. What
It'll
I
be
do know
interesting.
is what I do know is Alabama's not going to be looking for a head coach after DeBoer today announced that he's staying. He
Yeah,
put a message out
he
saying he's
loves
not
it. He
leaving
loves
Alabama. Yeah,
Tuscaloosa.
and again, there's still an opportunity, but that's a true denial. Like he's not doing the Lane Kiffin move where it's like a non-denial denial where he's just like, I love it here. This is so good. He said, I'm staying at Alabama. He straight
Yeah.
up said, I'm staying. And so now if he goes against his word, then it's completely obviously, yeah,
So
not great,
who?
not
I
a good
mean,
look, but
so who's out there right now?
Nobody.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Masterclass job by Kenny Dillingham's agent, making it seem like he was interested only just to use it to get Arizona State to pay him more money. He was
Yeah.
never
yeah.
leaving. That's a just masterclass job and getting your client more money there. I don't know. I mean, honestly, they probably just should run it back with Biff,
I know. I
Brian
have a
Kelly.
I have a yeah. I have a dude ready to rock and roll at Michigan, man.
I,
Like send him up to freaking Ann Arbor, uh, take the payout for LSU, get that out, do it.
what
Because
what
I mean, the one thing about Brian Kelly is like he's coached in that area of the United States before. He's recruited in that area of the United States before. He coached at Central Michigan. He did very well at Central Michigan. Obviously, his time at Notre Dame, that whole area. I feel like Brian Kelly would be a much better fit as a head coach at Michigan than he ever was at LSU. Just when we talk about the fit and the culture that he brings to a program.
what is
Can-
what is Brian Kelly like 64?
Yes,
Yeah, I ain't coaching again.
but there's also the aspect too. What he did at LSU is he stabilized the program whenever it was in absolute shambles, and I think he could be like a bridge guy for 3 years just to kind of stabilize the program, get it back on track before they go out and make another hire. When DeBoer ends up getting fired from Alabama for not winning.
yeah. Chip Kelly's looking for a job.
Yeah. Brian Kelly, head coach, Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator. Bring the Kellys in.
That would change the entire offensive concept of Michigan for sure.
Absolutely. Which it sounds like they need an overhaul to begin with in
Well,
that
and
Uh,
football.
the
I feel
whole
like if you
department needs an overhaul.
what I
Mm,
was gonna say too, like if you get Chip
yeah.
Kelly in there, like that almost might entice Bryce Underwood to stick around because the
100%.
success he's had with quarterbacks in the past. So
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens the next few weeks,
Yeah,
especially when
absolutely.
the portal opens on the second.
What'd y'all think about the Matt Campbell to Penn State signing?
Came out of nowhere. I think it's great.
For Penn State to miss out on the first like 20 candidates and somehow end up with Matt Campbell is crazy.
It's a win.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, there's probably other people they would have rather had, but to go as long as that went and still end up with a quality coach, I
Yeah.
mean, let's not act like Iowa State is some perennial power, and he's had them very playing very good football for a long time now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a great hire when you factor in it was open for what 40 something days that job was open. They legitimately reached out to damn near every D1 coach in the country, and so yeah, to still end up at that spot, great hire.
Yeah. I think Matt Campbell's still in line for the Texas job.
he's still waiting. Yeah,
But
no,
no,
that's
I
crazy,
think
man.
it's a good hire for sure.
What I
Yeah.
don't know is, can you reasonably expect him to do anything more than what James Franklin was doing? Because I think the answer is no as well.
Well, and especially right now, because if you looked at their
Dude, it
recruiting
is
rankings, like
bad.
they're dead last in in the entire FBS. Like
Dude, there were
it's
some
over.
FCS schools ahead of them.
Yeah, they were
They
behind
signed two
Harvard.
guys.
Like,
I know.
yeah, like, when you're behind like Harvard and schools like that, like you're in bad shape.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, Oklahoma State was still worse than them somehow.
Really.
At least
Uh,
the day after signing day. I don't know. The day after the first day, I haven't gone back and checked anymore. But yeah, to look at that list, I don't remember all the teams at this time, but my jaw was on the floor seeing all these teams that nobody would ever think of, and then just smacked in the middle of that is Penn State and Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
oh my
Like,
gosh, dude.
Like I saw like Cornell and like
I mean,
freaking
it was
yeah.
awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
Which
But signing
a
two
lot of
players, they're going to hit the portal hard. They have the money to hit
correct.
the portal. Like
A
they're
lot
going to
of
be fine.
times when you get new coaches like this, it's usually that first is a portal year anyway.
But two, that's
Yeah, to get
That's
two
crazy.
guys.
That's absolutely crazy.
yeah.
But I mean, I get it because like has been fired for so long, so like a lot of these
Hmm.
guys there, since they weren't going to commit to Terry Smith, like how focused were they on recruiting as compared to where's their next job going to be? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of elements at play here, and then of course to the kids. Unless you're a diehard and you want to go to Penn State, like you're being recruited by people who probably are not going to be there next year. So like it's an impossible ask all around.
for sure. And that's why I mean the whole early signing period and the head coaching carousel being when it was, like you saw that across the board. Like LSU did a really good job about holding their class together. And they even got some people to come in that Lane and his staff were recruiting at Ole Miss to kind of fit their system. And unfortunately, on the other end too, for some of the kids, right? I know for sure there were multiple kids in that class that the Brian Kelly staff had offered to LSU, and Lane Kiffin comes in and says, "We don't need your services here." So literally 2 days before National Signing Day, they get their offer pulled, and so now
Mm.
they're scrambling to try to find a place to go land to. Um, yeah, it's just the NCAA has to fix this. Like
I mean,
this can't happen again. It's just too chaotic, and these kids are trying to find a place to go play their football and get their education, and at the last minute, it's getting pulled out from underneath them because we can't find a schedule and get the way this thing is run right. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just wonder what the fix for that is to where, it doesn't become like a ongoing issue.
Guys, there is no fix for this. I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting news out today of Lenora Sellers in South Carolina are close on an agreement to come back to play quarterback. Like
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
world we live in football. Like not a guy saying, "Hey, I'm going to return for my senior year." It's they're close to an agreement. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
signing a contract. That's it, there's this whole thing is just turned upside down. So you just have to hang on and be along for the ride because they're never going to figure this crap out.
I mean, it's just the Wild West, but again, they have to rein this in at some point. The NCAA does, or it's just going to get so out of hand that they're just going to branch off from the NCAA and start their own football league.
Well, and it
Like,
really seems like it's coming that way anyway. I mean, essentially at this point, it's becoming just a developmental league for the NFL, and you're just paying them now with the college money. So, um, I mean, I know we've talked about it once these upcoming media deals run out. I mean, I feel like that's when you're really going to see a lot of change that's upcoming.
yeah,
And
but there is still the revenue share aspect to it. So the athletic departments only have $20.5 million to give to all of their athletes across all sports. Like that's all they can pay them. The school can actually pay them. So the collectives that have been building up over the last few years, that money's pretty much a wash. Like you can go put that into facilities at this point, um, with the NIL, having to go through the clearinghouse with Deloitte or whatever for NIL deals. So I mean, unless South Carolina's using a big chunk of that money to give to Lenore Sellers, I mean, that could absolutely be a possibility. But then what are you going to do on the back end of the roster? Are you
you
going to
know,
get a line? Are you like, because I don't think South
defense,
Carolina's, yeah, I don't think South Carolina is sitting on a bunch of NIL deals. I don't know.
they're not sitting on 400 million like Michigan State or 500 million like Utah now. So,
Yeah. But again, that money though, that can't go directly to the athletes to pay them unless they find a way to get through the clearinghouse and make it market value, right? And so they
but
can
that
be
isn't that under appeal though right now?
no, it's being used currently.
Okay.
It's actually being used currently. And so like LSU this week literally just signed, I think, one of the biggest NIL deals out there right now with Nike. They started a program for their athletes to be Nike athletes now, and they no other school has that. And I'm sure more schools are going to jump on board, to sign a deal with Nike to get these athletes paid through NIL through that. Um, but again, they have to go through all the hoops and have it cleared through the clearinghouse or whatever, where they audit each NIL deal over $600 or whatever. So
Such a wild process.
yeah, and again, that's why I think at some point they're gonna just, if the NCAA can't get their ducks in a row, I think the
They
Big Ten
won't.
and yeah, well, we know that, but the Big Ten and SEC are just gonna say I've had enough and we're gonna do this our own way.
Yep.
Because I think there should be like a free agent, like free agent, in quotes, like time frame with the portal. Like it should end after the season's over. It shouldn't be in the, like, right now while kids are still playing. Like, and same thing with coaching hires. Like there should be a freeze for a certain amount of time, and then coaches can leave, and then National Signing Day can happen, and then like there should be some structure to it.
Well, I mean, you could almost model it like the NFL to where, like right now, they have it
Yeah.
built in to where free agency, there's a set date where free agency you can leave. So, I
Y-
mean,
yes, but that can also be going on as the season is still being played. Like I think
well,
that would
yeah,
be a bad.
but
I think that would be a
no,
bad look.
I'm not saying to do it exactly like the NFL, but at least like you're saying,
Yeah.
set a time frame to where this is the day it starts, but then you also set a deadline, like it goes from
Yeah.
this date to this date, and then
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know. It's a lot of mess, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
That's no question.
we did have a couple games. go on yesterday. Did y'all watch any of them?
I was at work. I did
Well,
not.
I do know, like the Celebration Bowl. Uh, South Carolina State actually made a big comeback against Prairie View A&M. Ended up going in four overtimes. And
Minus one and a
this
half, baby.
minus one and a half, never a doubt.
Dude, they were down 21 to nothing. I saw,
Yeah,
and I was
dude.
like,
21
oh
nothing at
God.
halftime.
Yeah,
So
I was like, this is bad.
well, and then in the second overtime, Prairie View A&M missed a 21-yard field goal or 29-yard field goal that would have
Hmm.
won it. And then yeah, South Carolina State snuck it out in the fourth overtime. So big win for them in that one. And then the other bowl game, Washington and Boise State. I mean, Washington absolutely destroyed Boise State. Actually, the first quarter and a half was a snooze fest. It was just punt after punt after punt, and then Boise and then Washington woke up. Demond Williams just went off. Um, I mean, went off in a way. He threw for 180 yards in the first half. Didn't really do much in the second half just because they were so far ahead. But yeah, but that's how bowl season started. So
What was the final in that game?
38-10.
38-10.
I mean, I had Boise State plus 10 and a half. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah,
No,
same.
I well in my pick 'em I had them plus 8.5, but then on underdog I bet uh Washington
Plus
minus
10 and a
seven and a
half.
half.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, so I at least won some money out of it. So
I did not.
yeah. Yeah. And then the Army Navy game, another great game between two schools, big rivalry, obviously. Uh, the first quarter was insane. I know I texted y'all. So the first drive of the game, Navy goes on a 13 play, 75-yard drive, scores to go up 7-0. And then Army responds with their own 13 play, 75-yard drive. Went into the second quarter and like in the first minute of the second quarter, scores make it 7-7. So two drives in the first quarter make it 7-7. And then Army goes up 10-7, and then Navy ends up sneaking it out 17-16 at the end. So I mean, it's a dogfight. I mean, I know y'all said y'all don't really watch it much, but I love it just because like both their styles of offense, it just like hits you in the mouth every play, just downhill football. Like I enjoy watching that, so it
Didn't
was
watch a
fun to
second.
me. Yeah,
Service
Would
Academy unders. I'm sure the under hit.
That's what I was
it
gonna
did.
ask. Do we know if it hit? Because
It did.
that would make 20 the last 21 seasons, right?
I think
Under
so.
39 and a half.
Under
Mil-
And dude, you know
39 and a half.
did you know the
Service
only
Academy
over
unders.
the only over hit because I remember betting that under was that Army scored like an extra touchdown with like 2 seconds left. They had already won the game and they scored with 2 seconds left to hit the over. I was so mad, dude. So
So you had the one in 20 years.
yeah, I had the one in 21 years that, but I did bet under 39 and a half yesterday and hit that one. So worked out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Gotta love it, dude. College football at its finest.
That's right.
And then Tuesday we have the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl with 8-5 Troy versus 8-5 Jacksonville State. So that's how we keep
Can't
rolling
wait.
into ball season.
Sitting on the edge of my seat, fellas.
Well, dude, and on top of that, South Florida, who was projected to possibly make into the playoff, lost that tough game at the end, is playing on Wednesday in the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. So
Oh, sweet.
going from a playoff contender to the Staff
What an
DNA Cure Bowl is
what
a
an awfully named. That's so horrible.
Who are they playing?
Old Dominion Sun
Oh,
Belt.
should be a barn burner, dude.
Hmm.
Good
Yeah,
Gosh.
dude.
night.
I'll be throwing some
That's
cash on it, but
Dude,
it's just disgusting.
I love the bowl names, dude. Like the Cure Bowl, the 68 Ventures Bowl, the Xbox Bowl is on Thursday. It's good times, man.
dude, at some point we're gonna have an at face value bowl.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Hey, and we gotta do it like Barstool did with the Arizona Bowl. We gotta,
We
we gotta
go
run
commentate.
commentary. That'd be a good time, man.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
freaking crazy, dude.
But yeah, but if we skip ahead a little bit, we have some playoff games this weekend. So
Yep.
we got Alabama and Oklahoma playing on Friday. Alabama currently a 1.5 point favorite. Um, we'll see how that one goes. Probably gonna be a
Well,
low scoring affair again.
Ty Simpson's supposedly hurt.
I did see that. So
Like he's having some back issues or something. Yeah.
yep.
That's not good against that defense.
No.
No.
Wow.
So
Uh,
Hmm.
you got hurt Ty Simpson against John Mateer,
just
who's
a
just John
dreadful,
Mateer. Yeah.
dreadful offense.
I feel like that's an equal.
Trade-off.
Yeah, hurt Ty Simpson and John Mateer are probably equal.
Like the matchup predictor is literally 50-50 right now for who's gonna win the
Yeah.
game.
I mean, it's a point and a half. It's essentially a coin flip anyway.
What's the over under?
It's a 40.5 currently.
40 and a half.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, well,
See, that's
last
what
time it was what, 26-22.
It's
it
over.
was
Some odd score like that.
23-21.
Okay.
Also over. But
Yep.
I don't think it happens again.
Ish. I didn't know Ty Simpson was hurt. That's gonna make me think about it a little more.
When that just
Yeah.
what came out yesterday, I think it was pretty
And it's
recent.
in Norman.
Because that's
It
where
is a
because it was
Norman.
like
Yeah.
because that's when Michigan like it was like they're all in on DeBoer, so there was that news. It was Ty Simpson was hurt, so it was all these things like all these things going against Alabama currently. So yep,
I'm trying to see.
not not that Norman's a top place to play in the nation, but
Yeah, it's not a top place to play, but on Friday night it's going to be pretty much at freezing, 32 degrees.
oof,
Yeah.
that's
So
not good for back issues.
no, no, not at all.
Man, that's
Dang,
crazy.
that's gonna be
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say is Jam Miller coming back? That's the big question too. Like, is he going to be 100% healthy? Because if he's hurt again, then Alabama's going to have trouble running the ball again. So if you're having trouble throwing and you're having trouble running, like how
In
you
a
gonna score
cold
a point
game,
against a really good defense?
Give me the under.
yeah,
That's what
this
I'm saying,
game,
man.
God, this game just already is sounding so awful.
This screams 14-10 to me.
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's gonna probably just gonna end up just like the LSU game where it's just gonna be a
Yeah,
Just a
blown
rock
coverage at the
fight.
end that just causes that changes the momentum or something. So
Or
yeah.
just a god awful interception.
could be something. Yeah, probably by Mateer.
I mean,
I don't know, man, but Oklahoma they've got Alabama's number right now.
they do, but
We'll
Alabama
And
had
see.
Georgia's number.
yeah,
Yeah, that is true.
Alabama did kind of end in their regular season and just kind of a wet fart, like not really impressive at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
dude.
I
If they go
have
one
to do
and
some more
done,
digging.
dude, DeBoer just might not come home. Like it doesn't matter if Michigan's looking for a coach anyway. Like Alabama fans might be like done. Like, cause I already know, kind of like Sharon Moore at Michigan, like the fans and the boosters, nobody wanted him there. I don't think it seemed that way. I,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't
like
think he
Alabama
was the
fans.
yeah.
I feel like Alabama fans feel the same way about DeBoer.
Yeah.
Well, they were in a tough spot too. I mean, Saban retires real
Yeah,
late. Everybody already has everything put together. Granted, he probably was the hottest name at the time because of what he had just done at Washington, but
yeah,
at that point, you were essentially only going to be able to go after the teams that were just in the playoff because they're the ones that are, still everybody else already set. Um, I I was a little thinking back on it. I mean, I was a little surprised, which I know he got a new deal at the time, but I thought Sark was kind of going to be maybe the one to get that call,
yeah.
but at the same time, if you can turn that into leverage and get a bigger contract at Texas, and you don't have to go follow the greatest coach of all time. Probably not a bad deal either.
Nope.
Uh, and it's going to take two or three coaches at Alabama before they get far enough away from the Saban days to realize you probably are never going to have that form of dominance again. Like that's very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I say very rare, only one man's ever done it. So to
Mm.
expect that to continue to constantly stay is just not possible.
And in a
So
different era too, like with the NIL
correct,
era, it's
correct.
completely like your expectations have to change
Correct. So
drastically.
it's I think it'll take a couple more coaches for them to finally maybe come back down to earth, or more time's going to have to be, elapsed between Saban and because right now you're only going to compare DeBoer to Saban, but then when DeBoer finally gets fired, and then the next guy gets fired, by the third time they won't be able to be comparing him to Saban as much. So
Dude, Alabama fans will always compare coaches to Saban. It'll take a generation. I'm
Yeah.
serious, dude. Like it'll be a generation of Alabama fans before they decide, hey, maybe we just are a good football team, not a dominant football team
well,
anymore.
that's fine. Then good luck recycling coaches every 2 years and
Yeah,
thinking you're going to find the next one and have zero
agreed.
stability in a program that's only going to keep you down, not get you up at all.
Yep.
Mm.
I wonder how much too the Bama fans too. Again, it's not super. I don't think it's as important as people think because winning is the best culture, obviously. But I feel like they don't feel like he's a good culture fit for them either because he coached in the Midwest. He's from the Midwest and coached up north and all that stuff. So
Well,
I wonder how much
Saban
they
did
think.
too,
Absolutely, but he won.
but he
So
also
that
he'd already won at LSU though too.
yeah, yeah,
Wasn't, but
yeah. Winning is the best culture. Like uh, you don't have to be from that area and be a good fit. If you win, people look past that. But
people will look past a lot of things as long as you're winning.
that's
Yeah.
true. Unfortunately, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, then we roll into Saturday, opening up with Tulane and Ole Miss.
Nope.
Oh wait,
11,
where is it?
11 o'clock.
Oh, my bad, dude. I skipped over that
Yeah.
one. Miami and Texas A&M
The
on the College
stupidest
Station.
scheduling I've
Yeah.
ever seen. Again, I know it has to do with agreements and stuff like that, but this being the 11 o'clock kickoff is ridiculous. But I
Agreed.
digress. I digress. I'm lashing out because I'm very nervous.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, what kind of team both teams bring on Saturday. So Miami playing better down the stretch, A&M not playing terrible, but kind of struggling here and there, showing kind of two different teams. I mean, even just the South Carolina game, story of two halves. Even Texas, story of two halves, really. So see what kind of team they both show up with, and how that one's going to pan out. But should be a good game. It's sitting at 3.5 still for A&M. So
That means it's a pick 'em. They're given the 3 points because it's at home.
yeah,
I mean, that to me, they're calling it a coin flip.
Yeah,
And that line, maybe if it was 7 p.m. kickoff, maybe they'd have thrown in an extra point. But uh, I think that's probably what it should be, man. I think that's two very evenly matched teams. Um, the storyline here in this game is a lot of what I've talked about in the past is A&M's just got to limit the big plays. That we just have the tendency, and the bad thing is Miami has the weapons to make those big plays. So uh, I think our we should be able to get after Carson Beck. He's not the running threat like Arch was against Texas, to where to move around in that pocket. I'm not saying he can't use his legs, but not to the extent that Arch does. Um, because people, oh, A&M didn't get to Arch. No, they were getting pressure. He was just stepping up and moving around. He did a good job of it. I mean,
yeah.
mm,
so that part's fine. It's just then can your corners keep up with Tony and the rest of the athletes Miami has? And on the offensive side, just if Miami has any smart coaches, which they get paid big money, so I'm sure they do, they should just run whatever the hell Texas ran on
I think
defense.
I think a big part of that too, though, is uh, I feel like A&M, their defense is very aggressive, and they go up the field a lot, which leave running lanes for a quarterback like Arch, right? And
Correct.
so um, I think if they could just be a little bit more conservative on blitz packages and making sure the defensive linemen are scraping down the line. I mean, I think obviously we know Carson Beck has interceptions in him. I mean, we saw that multiple times this year where he throws 4 picks in a game. So I think if you can confuse him and kind of keep him in in the pocket um, with a guy in his face, I think you're going to have a good night.
Yeah,
Um,
we just do a lot of like safety and corner blitzes though, so that asks your secondary to do a lot of one-on-one coverage. So when that blitz doesn't hit home,
yep,
and back to Miami's athletes they have, has me a little bit concerned.
yeah,
But
and but again, um, whenever you're facing a guy like Arch where he can run, when you're bringing a safety blitz and it doesn't get home and he steps up and you're asking your corners to play man coverage, they're running down
yeah,
the field on go routes
it's
and
tough.
there's
It's tough. Yeah,
green space everywhere. Whereas Carson Beck, I don't think he has the ability to beat you with his legs like that. Um, and I don't think, I truly don't think Miami's running game is that great either. But neither is
neither was
Texas's.
Texas. We
Yeah,
made them look pretty good. So I don't know. I mean,
absolutely.
again, like I said, we've had time off. I trust Elko again. Sometimes a loss, even though A&M fans won't agree with this, but sometimes a loss is not the worst thing. It it's a little bit humbling. Them sneaking by South Carolina didn't do anything for them. So sometimes that loss, especially a rivalry loss in your best season in 30 years, uh, hopefully that was enough motivation. Kyle Field is going to be an unbelievable scene. That it did not matter what time that game was going to be at. That place is going to be rocking. Very excited to see it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very good football game.
Obviously, I know A&M gets up for pretty much every game they play, but like if this game was at Tiger Stadium, like people would start drinking at 7 p.m. the next day. I hope Aggies are doing the same. Like just drink through the night and just do it.
Oh man, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
You gotta prep
Yeah,
as a fan. You gotta
I
prep.
don't think that'll be a problem if
I
we
don't think so either.
remind people we had people with getting arrested for having massive jugs of liquor. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we're gonna be fine.
yeah, I think so too.
It's gonna be loud, and if you go look at Miami's schedule, they have not played an environment like that at all, at all.
No,
No,
I feel like they played
not at
only home
all.
games this year.
They
That's
played
what
a
it felt
lot of
like.
them, and one of the losses was on the road at SMU. I think we're a better team than SMU, and I guarantee you, not the type of environment up there in Dallas that they're gonna see Saturday at Kyle Field. So.
No,
Um,
No,
It's gonna be fun though.
should be good.
Meaningful football, guys. I have not in my lifetime played. I mean, I guess the year with Johnny, we played the Cotton Bowl and we played the Orange Bowl in 2020. But a game with real stakes, a game with
yes,
real stakes. In my lifetime, this is the first one because we've never even played for. We won the conference when I was 3. I wasn't quite the fan that 3 as I am now. So
Yeah.
this is the
I was
most
gonna
meaningful
say,
football game I've personally ever watched A&M play.
but when Johnny was there, he never beat LSU. But whenever he was playing LSU, like if you beat LSU in those games, you're probably going to a natty if you keep winning.
That team is the best team A&M's had in my lifetime, and they were so hot. I mean,
Yeah,
if if we play those two, we lost our first 2 SEC games because that was the first year of that whole system. They were still getting things figured out. I would have taken that team against anybody in the country the way they were playing in November. They were unbelievable. I mean, and then just went
But
into a
did y'all play LSU early or late that season?
early. It hadn't become the whole Thanksgiving thing at that time.
Oh, okay.
We lost to Florida and LSU in our first two SEC games that year,
Mm,
and then went into an Oklahoma team who was motivated because they had a little bit to prove, and I mean just absolutely beat the ever living daylights out of them.
yeah,
It's like 40 something to 10.
yeah.
But
Mm,
anyway, that's old stuff. But
yeah. Well, let's roll into the 2:30. We got fall off the cliff a little bit after our first
oh God,
two games. We got Tulane traveling over to Ole Miss. Uh, Ole Miss 17.5 point favorite currently. Obviously, people are wondering what Ole Miss is going to look like with now that Lane Kiffin's gone. But I mean, it's still not the matchup that everybody would be looking for out of a group of five team coming into the playoffs. So we'll see how it
The
goes.
OC's still there. Charlie Weiss Jr. 's still there.
Well, pretty much the
He'll be
entire
calling the
offensive
shots.
staff is right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
so
really,
everybody but Lane.
yeah,
That's
pretty much. Yeah,
exactly
he's
right.
the only one that's not there. Yeah. So we'll
Um,
see.
Do y'all think Lane goes? That'd be he because Lane is a troll. That would be
bro,
hilarious.
they're not letting him in that stadium, bro.
That would be hilarious if he tried to
What
go to that game.
what if he did the whole Portnoy thing where he wears the freaking mustache at the Super Bowl?
I'm he's an ultimate troll, and then he could paint himself as the victim. I tried to come and support the guys. I tried to be here for them, and then they wouldn't let me in. That's
Yep.
it's an
Dude,
ultimate move. It's ultimate move.
that would be hilarious. God, that would be so funny.
Yeah,
Just add
I
to the
think you should do
cinema,
it.
dude.
Lane Kiffin, I know you obviously tune into this every week, so whenever you hear this one that comes out, take our advice. Go to the Ole Miss Tulane game. Go support your former players, and
I'll
probably
make sure
some
to
you'll have at LSU next year.
I'll clip it and I'll send
Yeah.
it to him on X so you can watch it. So
Um, give me Ole Miss.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Lucas? I like your bold strategy there. I think you've convinced me. I think I'm also going
Yeah.
to take Ole Miss in this one.
But no,
I've
no,
already
for
put
real
money
though.
on the 17.5. So
Oh, have you? As I was gonna
I have.
say, like, do you think Tulane keeps it within the spread?
I think it'll be close. It won't be 5 touchdowns. I don't think this time. Um, I mean, I think that Ole Miss probably still wins by 3 touchdowns, but I mean,
Yeah,
we talked about it a little bit last week about whether Ole Miss, are they going to be down by this or are they going to be motivated? I think it's kind of more the latter, where they're going to you know, kind of try to go out to prove a point that, we're not playing
I
for
agree with that.
Lane, we're playing for our team and for each other. And so I think if anything, they're going to come out and try to prove a point more than anything and take
yeah.
it out. And unfortunately, Tulane's going to be the victim of that. So
But I will say Tulane. Obviously, Retzlaff got into that system super late in the process, and they had to play Ole Miss pretty early. The week before, they beat the ACC champions, so they. I don't know, man. They might.
Hey, it's facts. It's facts.
They did. They beat the ACC champion.
That
hey,
is facts.
one stat I do know too is that Tulane is undefeated when they are fully healthy this season.
Take
So if
that
they're
with a
not
grain of
missing,
salt, but
Yeah. I
may,
I,
may, I honestly 17. Like I think it could end 31-14. You know.
yeah, but I don't know. You're not wrong about that. I'm actually lockstep with Brian here. I think Ole Miss is going to go into this game with the goal of not having to play the starters in the second half. Like literally just go
Yeah.
out there and just beat them to death so bad to prove a point, and I like legitimately not have to play any starter in at least the fourth quarter because
Yeah.
you're already moved on to the next playoff round. Let's get these guys out of here healthy. Keep them moving.
Yeah,
That's the goal. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think that is the mindset they're going to be going into this game with.
for
for
sure.
sure. We'll see. And then we end the night with James
The
Madison
best game of the weekend, of course,
traveling
right?
over to Eugene,
The
Oregon.
night
Yeah, of
game.
course. The
It
prime
must be
time
the
Saturday
biggest
night
game of the
game.
weekend. What a freaking joke!
Oregon at 21.5 point favorites in that one. So, which
Give me Oregon.
I also have money on Oregon 21.5. So,
That is a yeah. The,
Lucas, you,
the,
you you kind of made the mention about DeBoer earlier. Chesney legitimately is not flying back to James Madison. He's just going to head on down to UCLA the moment that game finishes.
oh yeah,
yeah.
He's legitimately
absolutely.
not flying back.
No, this is a crazy
Well,
night game,
especially after James
prime
Madison
time.
struggled against Troy in the Sun Belt Championship. I was just like, man, it's going to be rough.
No,
So,
Um,
so, so we'll probably get a great game in the morning, and then it's just going to go downhill in a hurry from there.
I think both the first two. I mean, the Friday night game is probably not going to be a great game, but it's going to be close.
Mhm.
But it might be
yeah,
ugly football. But then you're going to get both of those games, and then we get to finish off a great playoff start with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take my kids to go see Christmas lights instead of watch that. So
I won't be watching either one because I will either
yeah,
be celebrating my ass off or I will just be in the darkest depths of hell.
You'll be drinking either way.
you
So,
yeah
Yeah,
you're not making it to seven.
I'm not
yeah.
watching those games. I'm not watching those games. I'm having to fight
No
off
shot
fraud allegations, or I'm wanting Ohio State right away
in the
in
Cotton Bowl.
Dallas. In Dallas, home game,
Yeah,
baby. It's a home game.
mm, yeah, yeah. I
See
don't
what
think we need to go
happens.
too much into depth on this game.
No,
I
no, I don't,
No.
not a whole lot of analysis here. Oregon by a
I mean,
million.
just the fact that the game is not even on a national broadcasted channel. It's on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. Like that tells you everything you need to know right there.
yeah.
Oof.
Is what are the two games on that? It's is it the last two?
The last
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
Yeah,
So ESPN subcontracted out the two of these first round games to TNT, and the agreement was ESPN would get the two better of the matchups. TNT was guaranteed a group of five, but then they were guaranteed the better time slots, which is why we have what we have as far as the scheduling.
Lucky us.
but did ESPN did ESPN? I mean, I guess if they made money on the sale, I I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get it, but I'm not sitting in the room up there trying to make big decisions for ESPN.
Yeah,
They got their money. That's all they're worried about.
it's brutal.
And
Mickey Mouse with his money.
they don't have to worry about trying to sell ads and commercials for a game, two games nobody's freaking watching.
Yeah.
True that. Well, I will say one side note on the FCS side. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but Villanova is in the semifinals, and they've actually rolled through. They were underdogs in the last three games, found a way to win all three of those. So
Knocked
Villanova
off
playing
Tarleton,
well right
right?
now. Yeah,
Was it? And then
Tar
SFA lost too. I saw.
and aren't all of the Dakota teams out?
I think
Both North
so.
and South Dakota. I think all of them are out. Like it was the earliest there hasn't been a South Dakota, North Dakota State team in the bracket.
Mm, NIL man.
Yeah,
Changing
it affects all levels. It's the
all
Spe-
second miss of the
levels.
night.
It actually does. It actually does affect all levels. I saw a tweet today that I guess it was the University of Western Florida's quarterback. Like he was like a top portal guy. UTRGV gave him a $1 million NIL deal to go down to play at UT Rio Grande
Wow.
Valley. And
Where did
everybody's
they
like
come up with
cartel.
that?
Where did that guys? I've been to those facilities. I ran track meets there. I don't know where that money came from.
I
Mm,
didn't even know they had a football team. That has to be a recent thing. I don't think
It's
they've had
new,
a football team for very long. Yeah.
yeah.
a
I know
couple years.
they've had a decent baseball program for sure over the years in the Southland, but
My goodness,
yeah.
PU.
So
That's that.
NIL.
Yeah.
Hey, good for that kid.
Yeah.
I probably would really check out where that money came from, but good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rio Grande Valley, they could come from a lot of different places for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, that's all I got in college football. Y'all got anything else y'all want to touch on?
The
I know Will
Heisman.
one. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Fernando Mendoza, first Indiana Hoosier to win a Heisman Trophy. One crazy stat I actually didn't know is that it's the most first place votes that players gotten since Joe Burrow. So
Yeah,
kind of a
that's pretty
crazy
It
stat.
was
crazy.
a landslide.
I was actually
Yeah.
surprised by that. I thought it was actually going
Pavia
to be a
was
pretty
not
close
happy.
race. Yeah, he man, the more I've seen that guy, like he's kind of I don't know, he's just
Yeah.
arrogant, like just the dude,
He's
like
he's he's going down the Johnny Manziel way
very
of
He really
much.
is.
it's not a path you'd probably want to emulate if we're
Did
being
y'all
I,
see
completely
the
honest.
did y'all see the picture too, where the four of them are standing next to each other, and it was like Fernando Mendoza 6'5", uh Julian saying
Jeremiah
6'1",
Love,
Jeremiah Love 6 foot, and then Diego Pavia 6 foot, and he's like below Julian Say's shoulders. Like dude's like
yeah.
5'8". Like
Yeah. Nothing
it's
wrong with
crazy,
that.
man. No, 5'8's perfect, man.
I, the voting did surprise me though, guys, because like
Yeah.
going into the Big Ten championship game, it was like if saying whoever wins, Sayin or Mendoza, whoever wins the game is going to win the Heisman. They had very similar stat lines, and Sayin finishes fourth,
Yeah.
Yeah, a low
and
fourth.
a low fourth, and Pavia finishes a very distant second. And man, they were really driving his train these last couple weeks, trying to pump his numbers up. But I was surprised it was that big of a landslide victory for Mendoza. And then I actually the saying thing was even crazier to me because I felt like that game was going to decide the Heisman. They had similar stat lines, and it was just ridiculously in Mendoza's favor. But
Well, and like
I
for
mean,
me
but
too,
that's
like I know that like the Heisman Trophy's become like a quarterback award, but like Jeremiah Love, I figured he would have gotten more, I guess pun intended, love out of it as well, and gotten more votes. I was surprised that he finished pretty low at third, but
I'm really not because 1,300 yards as a running back to even get invited is kind of crazy. And he wasn't even good in like their big games.
especially compared
He
yeah,
to
stat padded against terrible teams.
Genty
true.
last year, but
Yeah, but the one thing I'll say about that, like if you're gonna base it just off of that, like if you're going by stats alone, Pavia probably should win the Heisman. Like if you think about it, like if you're going by stats alone, the way the Heisman voting happened this year, let's just do this every year and just name the quarterback on the best team in the country the Heisman every year.
yeah.
Like that's the way the voting panned out this year. So I understand. I don't like the way he's going about it, but I understand why Pavia is upset because statistically, he was the best player in college football.
And I would argue, and I normally would argue, and he did it at Vanderbilt, but I mean Mendoza just did this at Indiana, so that
For
argument's
sure.
a little bit against Pavia this year because like normally it's like I mean I'm not taking this away from him. It is unbelievable what he accomplished in 2 years at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Very
And
impressive.
and like if you go and look at I know his voting, the percentage was the highest it's been since Burrow. Burrow literally doubled his stats. Like
Yeah.
Burrow had like 5,600 yards passing and 60 touchdowns. Like higher completion percentage by a pretty large margin, 5% difference. I think he was like 76% completion percentage or something crazy. Like that warrants a big jump on voting, right? This I feel like it should have been closer, like you were saying, especially if you're going on statistics alone, not just having the best quarterback on the best team win the Heisman.
I
Because
agree.
it in previous years the voting didn't represent that when Jaden Daniels won the Heisman. I mean, they had what 3 or 4 losses that year,
Yeah,
but his statistics were just out of this world. Like he rushed for 1,000 yards, threw for 4,000. It was ridiculous.
the year that Bryce Young won, was his were his stats crazy at Bama that year? I know they
I,
had talent, so I mean they had talented wide receivers, so they were I'm sure they were better than what Mendoza's were this year. But I'm trying to think back to the last time that a quarterback like it was a bad year for the Heisman, and like the quarterback on the best team just got the award. I'm trying to think back to that
So
when the last time that happened.
Bryce Young threw for 4,900 yards and 47
Okay, that's
touchdowns.
not okay. Not even close. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
Mendoza threw for what 3,300 yards
I think
Yeah.
so.
and 27 touchdowns
Yeah,
and not a threat with his feet to speak of.
yeah.
I
It was the best quarterback on the best team
that's all it
this
was.
year.
And I'm not trying to think again. 13-0 in Indiana, Big Ten championship, very very good season. But yeah, worst Heisman in not worst Heisman overall. Not I'm not calling him, but just is there was just there just wasn't a guy this year that separated himself.
Yeah. It was
I
just
mean,
really a weird year in general. Yeah. Well, because
if
like,
Pavia had two more games maybe to keep that hype going, maybe he overtakes him. But yeah,
well, and they even said like there's a favorability factor or like a fan likability factor to it as well. And so if you really compare the two, especially when they've been interviewing Fernando Mendoza the last couple of games, he's like this down to earth, goofy guy. I feel like that turned fans a lot to where they really loved him. Whereas Pavia, is who he is kind of on the other end where I think he kind of turned a lot of people away to where they just really just didn't like him as a person. So you're kind of like, well, I don't want to vote for that guy. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, definitely a weird season for the Heisman though, which I mean, we've talked about. It's kind of, there was never a guy that really stood out and just really just stood above everybody else.
but
Cause
the
I
votes would
was
say different. That's
right.
the thing that I have the issue with.
Yeah. Like the votes say like he had this, historic year and just absolutely ran away with it where, like you said, he had very favorable stats to Sayan, who ended in fourth place. But I don't know.
hey, good for Mendoza, good for Indiana. Undefeated season, damn good chance to make a lot of money because you're probably going to be, if not the number one pick for sure, a top three pick in the draft. So good
Yeah,
for him.
Well, especially now, man. I mean, like, look at the quarterback class. Like we talked about, the quarterback class was going to be pretty solid, probably coming out, and now it's just like, man, like,
Dude,
I mean, you got Carson Beck,
that's
you got
another
Mendoza. I mean,
that's
like, I
another
mean, they're
take that's not aging well. Is man, yeah,
no,
last year's quarterback group was not good, but good Lord, the 2026 class is going to be unbelievable.
yeah. And
Whiff,
you're like, now it's
complete
like
whiff on
Wolf,
that.
yeah.
Like, oh,
but yeah, I don't know. I still think it could be like you don't know how they pan out in the NFL either, right? Because
no, but
because a lot of like Josh Allen, who had that in the cards, doing what he's doing right now. Mahomes, like I feel like even though the class I feel like the talent is there, like Carson Beck's talent is there. Like he was a
yeah,
projected first rounder. Like Klubnik's talent's there. Nussmeier threw for 4,000 yards last year. The talent is there. So I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I think you just really
It's
just got
just
to get
that,
them in the right system to where,
yeah,
because like people always talk about
It
system
isn't.
quarterbacks. Like I feel like most players are system guys. Like you got to get them in the right kind of offense. Like
Well, he's
yeah,
doomed because he's probably going to the New York Jets or the Las Vegas Raiders. So
yeah.
your life's over because two abysmal organizations.
yeah, oof,
Could have went to the Saints, but they keep winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck
Do
is
you
the
want to talk
truth,
about that?
man.
Nobody wants to win the NFC South.
Nope.
Nope.
Like teams are actively trying to not win this division. It is mind-boggling. Like the Bucks are playing some of the worst football. Todd Bowles is literally blaming everybody but himself for losing. I mean, just calling your players out like that is crazy. The Panthers, who have been god awful now since their Super Bowl run over a decade ago at this point, have a chance to win this awful division, and they say, you know what, we're not going to do it either. And they
Yeah.
go into New
Nobody.
Orleans, and New Orleans wins for the second week in a row a game that they really didn't have any business winning.
Nope.
I just football's like there's actually some pretty interesting races that are going to come down the wire, and then you have, I guess the NFC South isn't interesting because they're going to be close, but bad football, kind of like the
Yes.
AFC North. Is it the AFC North, right? That's just awful
Yes.
football right now.
Same thing. Yep.
You got the barely over 500 Steelers, and then the Ravens are back from the dead, even though they
Sort
lost
of.
head to head last week. Yeah, they lost head to head last week though over the Steelers team. Just I don't know, man.
You know
And then
what's
the two
crazy to
best
me
teams in
though?
the what's that?
Well, I was gonna say, like, speaking of the AFC North, so I don't know if y'all saw Joe Burrow's comments this week, where he kind of
Yes.
talked about how he's not really having fun anymore. People actually equated his answer to what Andrew Luck said the year that he retired, just because like it just became so much with all the injuries and everything that he just got tired of it. Um, but then, man, like he makes those comments, and then the Bengals looked absolutely atrocious today. Which, not that they've been a good team, but I mean, Burrow and the Bengals in December have been one of those teams where like Burrow has one of the like best winning percentages in December, and they just came out today and just laid an egg against a Ravens team that's really not been great. So I don't know if they were just like impacted by that statement and just felt like like they kind of all gave up. I mean, they even showed a video where there was a rough in the passer where he got obliterated, and only one of his players came over to like help him out and like defend him, and like the rest of them just kind of just went back to the huddle. So it's kind of crazy, like the kind of the culture in Cincinnati right now and really like,
Yeah.
so now what's Joe Burrow's future really look like at this point? I mean, if he's actually considering something like that.
I mean, he's gone from Ohio to South Louisiana before.
True.
Bring him to New Orleans, baby. Go
Lucas,
invite
I'm
him to a
not too
crawfish
sure.
boil. Go invite him to a crawfish boil.
I'm not entirely sure if you're familiar with how the New Orleans Saints operate their finances, but I don't think you'll have the salary cap space to make that work.
Yeah.
Dude, unlimited crawfish, dude.
Yeah.
Unlimited crawfish. I
Just need
forgot
it
that
Ed
that is the
Orgeron.
one that is the one caveat in the salary cap that you
Yeah.
can void all salary caps with unlimited crawfish.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know,
Uh,
Brian. I mean, I know it's not all his fault, but Taylor's probably out as head coach because the culture seems bad.
yeah.
Yeah, you've had horrible luck with your franchise quarterback staying injured, but they have so much money tied up just in Chase, Higgins, and Burrow.
Higgins.
They're probably going to try to bring somebody else in, maybe put some life back into it. But as the problem with him always getting hurt, the offensive line play has been so bad there.
Well, and they've
Since
Dang
never
he's
near
been
addressed
every
there.
it.
ever since he got drafted. Yes, ever since he got
And
drafted.
and they don't draft offensive
Yeah,
linemen.
they do not
Well,
address the offensive line.
they've signed some not big names in free agency. They have signed some guys, but they've all gone there and just gotten worse.
Yeah.
I don't so I don't know again, is that coaching or
Coaching.
what whenever that gets there, but like they're not developing a soul on the line, and the guys they bring in that have played serviceable line play other places just come there and are not good.
Yeah.
So uh, I would imagine what they'll do first is get a new coach in there, try to get a culture change, see if that pumps some life into him, and if that doesn't work, maybe you just blow the whole thing up.
Because I mean, looking at Burrow's stats, like he threw for 225 yards today. It's not like he like they didn't score a single touchdown. They got shut out.
Yeah.
He got sacked 3 times. I mean, Jamar Chase had 10 receptions for 132 yards.
Yeah, I mean, with Chase and Higgins on your team, you should never throw for less than 200 yards.
True.
So I don't know. It's interesting, but tough
Yeah.
situation. Hopefully, he can find his way out of it, get out of his head a little bit, probably, because it's a lot of rehab constantly, and then you come all the way back just for your team to be absolute ass. Yeah, I'm sure it's not very fun to play football right now in
No,
Cincinnati.
definitely not.
It's fun to
And
play
Now the
that's
football in
Steel.
Houston right now, boys.
Yeah, it is. Hey, dude, I will say the Texans are probably one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL right now, playing good football at the
They're
right
hot.
time.
They're hot. I like it. It's fun.
They had a
they
good
got
win
the best corner
today.
in the league.
They do have a daggum good one.
And then the Bills, that big comeback against the Patriots today, down 21 points, came
Yes.
back and won that one. That was big for them. So
Yes.
the AFC
Um,
East got very interesting now.
yeah. Probably the two best teams are from that division in that conference. Denver. Man, the AFC is tough. Now that
The
I'm really looking
AFC's
at
loaded
this,
this year. Yeah, the AFC's loaded.
but like,
And
is anybody really fearing Denver? Because I feel like Denver just sneaks out of football games.
yeah,
Like
they're kind of
they are beating good teams, but like they're not blowing anybody out besides the Cowboys. Uh,
yeah, and the Bengals.
so so of their 12 wins, only two of them are by more than 8 points,
Yeah.
and their two
Mm.
losses were by 3-1. So like they're
In
kind
close
of
games, yeah.
they're in a lot of close. I mean, hell, they beat the Raiders by 7 and then by 3. The Raiders are awful.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
I
will
mean,
say
yeah,
though
there's
that
just
the big thing about Denver though is like I think they have the number one defense in the league this year. So it's kind of you just take the opportunity as you can with an offense and just find a way to win. Um, but I mean, like they keep finding a way. It's kind of like you
yeah,
know we were talking in our other group chat like we were talking about the Patriots like thinking that they're frauds, but because they haven't played a great schedule. But I'm like, man, like it's kind of like the argument we've made before. Like you play the schedule that you're dealt, and they've taken care of business to this point. I mean, like losing today, that was their first loss in September. So I mean, they've been playing really good football. I mean, even though they're not playing, top tier teams, but I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Mike Vrabel. I mean, I still say when Tennessee got rid of him, that was one of the stupidest mistakes they could ever make. Because look at Tennessee now, and then he goes into New England in year one. They're the number one seed in the AFC.
I hated when we lost him in Houston when he took the Titans job. He was a
Yeah,
great defensive coordinator. Nah, yeah, big fan of Vrabel. Drake May's playing pretty damn good quarterback up there too. Uh, yeah, they're a good football team, and yeah, you blew a 21 nothing lead at home. That does suck, but it's not like you did it to a bad team. Like you did it to Josh Allen in Buffalo.
yeah.
So
I mean, Josh Allen has one of the
Uh,
best winning percentages in history in the month of December. I think it's
is
pretty crazy.
are the Lions going to miss out on the playoffs? I think
They're
Man,
they're on
sitting
pace to, man.
they're
That's
sitting at the 8 seed right now. So they lost today,
yeah, they're
put them at 8 and
flirting
6.
with it.
Yeah, so they're right there. So yeah, I mean they're in a tough spot because they're 2 games behind the Bears and the Packers. So
Yeah,
they're in a rough spot right now. Um, and then the Cowboys are about to lose tonight, so they're about to be done anyway. So it's just not great. I
yeah.
hate football.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I think about that now with Detroit, they play the Bears again. They play the Vikings, who leave it to Dallas to make JJ McCarthy and the Vikings look like a good football team again.
Yep,
But
go figure.
they play this. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say they're done, but yeah, it's a steep hill there to climb
yeah,
to get back into this.
Because that's the thing, man. Like, there's a lot of good teams in general. I mean, if you look at if you take out the AFC North and the NFC South, I mean, nobody like the top 7 seeds don't have fewer than 4 losses. Besides the Texans, they have 5. So, I mean, like everybody's like solid. Like besides those 2 divisions, I mean, it's a tight race all the way across the board. So, I mean, there's a lot of good teams this year. I feel like where it's kind of what I said in the past. Like, it's just this is one of the most open seasons I think that we've had in quite a while, where you don't know, like there's not a true favorite that's going to come out and that you see like just running the table and winning it all. So
No, because I mean, like I'm sure if you ask people right now who would be your favorite to win the AFC, it'd be Buffalo. Buffalo's a
yeah,
6 seed.
yeah.
I you know they I would think they'd be the betting favorite to win the AFC Championship if you had to take the top seven right now, and
And we
they're
also
the
know what
six
Buffalo
seed.
likes to do in January. So
well, against Kansas City, and they're not in.
true.
Correct.
Maybe this is their year.
So this might be the year.
But that's the thing, man. Like, depending on how things play out, I mean, they're 1 game out of first place right now. They have the Ravens, Jets. Oh, wait, that's the Patriots. So the Patriots have the Ravens, Jets, and Dolphins left.
Oh,
And then
God,
and then and the
come
Bills have
on.
the Browns, Eagles, and Jets. So
I mean,
something's got to give.
They both got cakewalked.
Yeah.
I mean the Eagles are tough.
Are they though?
Uh,
I mean, it's that's a tougher draw than what the Patriots have left.
yeah.
I mean, the Eagles and Ravens are like the same football team to me. Like they have all the talent on the teams, and they just sometimes they look great, and the next week they look absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Eagles look great against
They're just
the Raiders today.
yeah. I mean, and there is an element of this. Like the Eagles are playing in an awful division. I mean,
Yes.
Washington and New York are horrible, and Dallas' defense can't stop anything.
No.
So like they're getting like yeah they have 9 wins, but well they did lose the Giants early this year. I forgot about that already.
I'm just glad that I get
But they
to
get
spend my
you know
Christmas day watching the Cowboys this year.
Philly
I'm
has
sorry, Brian.
Washington twice. Jeez,
Mm,
Yeah. They got Washington, Buffalo, Washington. It's not great.
sorry, Brian. I had Dallas minus 3.5 in this game. That's my fault.
Hey, you and Aaron were actually the reason the Cowboys were winning there for a while. Every time y'all
Yeah.
take the cow, see, you should just take a midline. When you take a midline, that's when they win. But you took the spread. Oh man, I don't know. What other tidbits did you have about the NFL, or did we cover them well?
no, I mean I'm not going to get into races too much here. We already kind of went over most of it, and uh, as we get deeper or closer to playoffs, we'll start analyzing favorites and stuff more. That's really all I got on the
Yeah,
NFL. I mean, I'm starting to, even though I said I'm not locked into it at all. Now that my team's playing good football, I'm paying a little more attention. So
Their defense is legit, man. I know that. And now that the offense is playing
yeah,
better, I mean,
it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I will take it.
well, that's what Lucas texted us yesterday and was like, "How mad would y'all be if the Texans won the Super Bowl?" And I was like, "Man, I still hate that the Eagles won it way more than I would hate the Texans winning it."
My argument is like Texans fans, like we're in their territory. We're in close proximity to Texans fans, and you know they're going to give it to Cowboys fans about winning a Super Bowl more recently than
Oh yeah,
the Cowboys have. That
no,
was
for
my
sure.
argument
No, they definitely
because
will.
I feel like a lot of Cowboys fans don't like the Texans at all.
No. Well, and like I know like
Well,
the older generation especially, it goes back to the old Cowboys and Oilers rivalry. Like that actually was like a big rivalry back in the day. But
Yeah,
I get like ever since they went to Tennessee and then the Texans came in, I mean, I still think it's just like the natural in-state rivalry, but I do know that there's some people that they just want the other one to lose, but I mean, honestly, I
yeah.
don't really care. I mean,
I don't
it's not
think you
like
have
it
to worry about
matters.
that, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Texans win. That'd be cool.
Oh, I would love to see it. I don't quite know if the offense is going to be able to. The Texans have the defense to win a championship, but the offense has to hold up their end of the bargain. And historically, we have a tough time getting past the second round of playoffs. And by
Yeah.
But
historically, I
I
mean
will
we've never
say
done it.
too,
So
the biggest problem
Yeah.
for Houston right now is if they get the 7 seed, they play the Patriots first round. If they get the 3 seed and they win the division, they play Buffalo the first round.
Mm.
So who would you rather
we've
face
beaten
right now?
Buffalo,
Yeah, they've
the
beaten Buffalo before.
Patriots, the
Yeah.
Patriots. You know, get after Drake May. I mean, we have a great D line that can get after the quarterback. Uh,
Yeah.
make him uncomfortable. He's never played in the postseason. Definitely didn't play in the postseason at North Carolina. So I'm sure
True.
he hasn't played any late season games since his high school days. So
Yeah, and he doesn't really have any kind of build up. I mean, really his they got the big one. They got Sunday night against Baltimore next week and then I mean, then you got 2 noon games against bad teams before you get into the playoffs, so
yeah, nah,
I do know it's a
nope,
big
it'll
game
be
for
fun.
Mike Tomlin tomorrow night because if they want to get on pace for his consecutive winning seasons to get to that 9-8 record, winning tomorrow would help a lot. Because you get to 7-7, it's going to get tough.
Yeah.
Got to keep that winning because he's got the Lions, Browns, and Ravens to in the season. So if you want to get to that 9-8 record, the first round exit, got to find a way to win. The Mike Tomlin special.
Mm.
They will find a way. They will find a way to
They
go just
always
over
do.
500.
They always do.
It's yeah.
And I just love how like the Steelers, that's what they hang their hat on now. It's like, well, we have 17 straight years of a winning record. It's like, yeah, but what do you really have? You haven't had
Nothing.
any legitimate success in since Ben Roethlisberger.
Not even since Ben, like since like 15 years ago, Ben.
Yeah, well, a long time ago, Ben. Oh man, well, that's all I got, guys. Y'all got anything else you want to touch on?
That's it.
Figured you would enjoy the NFL talk, Lucas. Look, lock in.
I'm just here for the ride.
Seriously, you don't get fined.
Yep.
All right. We appreciate everybody watching. Continue to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. Follow our TikTok page. Post some good stuff on there. And until next time, we'll see you next week.
See ya.